What if you could regrow a lost tooth? Not with an implant, not with a bridge, not with dentures, but with a drug. A simple drug that tells your body to build a new one. That's not science fiction anymore. And this is the story of how we got here. In September 2024, Japanese researchers did something that seemed impossible just decades ago. They began testing a tooth regeneration drug in humans. 30 men, between 30 and 64 years old, all had lost at least one molar, and they volunteered to try something that would have sounded crazy not long ago. But before we get to the drug, we need to understand the problem, because the real question isn't how do we regrow teeth? It's why don't our bodies already? Your body is extraordinary. It can heal broken bones, regrow skin, repair damaged organs in ways that still amaze scientists. But teeth, for some reason, teeth don't regenerate. Once they're gone, they're gone. And here's why. Your body has a biological brake called USAG1. It's a protein, a single protein, that stops teeth from growing. Think of it like a parking brake on a car. The engine is there, the wheels are there, the fuel is there. Everything you need to drive is present. But nothing moves until you release the brake. USAG1 does the same thing to your teeth. It's not that your body can't make teeth. It's that your body is being told stop. Don't do that. This protein actively prevents tooth formation, and it's been doing that since your adult teeth finished growing. For decades, for your entire life, it's been holding the brake. Now, here's the fascinating part. Scientists figured out how to release it. Researchers at Kyoto University didn't try to redesign the entire tooth system. They didn't try to create new teeth from scratch. They just removed the brake. They developed an antibody, a specially designed antibody that targets USAG1 and blocks it. And that's it. That's the drug. It doesn't build teeth. It doesn't inject anything. It doesn't trigger a cascade of complex biological events. It simply says to your body, the brake is off. You can grow teeth again. And what happened next was remarkable. In animal studies, it worked. Ferrets treated with this drug grew new teeth. Teeth that never would have appeared otherwise. Mice treated with the drug grew new teeth. Fully functional, fully formed, natural teeth. The animals didn't experience side effects. The new teeth integrated normally. They worked like any other tooth. The science was elegant. The results were clear. But animal studies are one thing. The human body is far more complex. So in September 2024, Kyoto University took the next step. They began testing this drug in 30 human volunteers. All were between 30 and 64 years old. All had lost at least one molar due to decay or injury. These weren't people with rare genetic conditions. These were ordinary people with ordinary tooth loss. And they were willing to be the first to try something that had never been attempted before. The trial protocol is straightforward. They receive the drug. Their bodies are monitored for 11 months. Scientists will measure everything: tooth growth, side effects, integration with existing teeth. By function, they're looking for evidence that the brake is truly released, that the human body, given permission, will rebuild what it lost. If this works and the evidence suggests it will, the implications are staggering. Right now, if you lose a tooth, you have three options. First, a dental implant. This is a titanium screw that's surgically placed into your jawbone. Then a crown is attached on top. It's expensive. It can cost $1,500 to $6,000 per tooth. It requires surgery. Healing takes months. And it's not your tooth. It's a machine. Second, a dental bridge. This is where the teeth on either side of the gap are filed down and crowned. A false tooth is fused between them. It's also expensive. It requires destroying healthy teeth. And again, it's not your tooth. Third, dentures, which are removable, require constant maintenance, and for many people, feel like wearing a foreign object in your mouth all day. All three options are mechanical solutions to a biological problem. But a drug that regrows your tooth, that's biological. It would be your tooth, your own natural tooth, with your own nerves, your own blood supply, your own enamel and dentin, with a natural bite, a natural feel, no maintenance, no replacement ever needed. The difference is profound. And it's not just about losing a tooth from decay or injury. The same team at Kyoto University is already planning to expand trials to children. Children with congenital tooth deficiencies. Kids born without certain teeth. Kids who were supposed to have them, but didn't. Imagine a child who's always had to wear a partial denture, always been self-conscious about a gap where a tooth should be. Now imagine a simple drug, a single injection, and their body grows the tooth they were born without. That's the reality this research could create. But here's the thing, this project has been in development since 2005. 20 years, to decades of research to reach this point. 20 years of failed attempts, refined approaches, dead ends, and breakthroughs. Scientists at Kyoto didn't just wake up one day with this idea. They spent 2 decades proving it could work. And now that it's in human trials, the timeline matters. If the current trial succeeds, if there are no complications, if the results are as promising as the animal studies suggest, the earliest this could reach clinical practice is around 2030. That sounds far away, but in medicine, 6 years is incredibly fast. Most drugs take 10 to 15 years from human trials to widespread availability. This one could be accelerated because the mechanism is so simple. The safety profile is likely so good. The need is so clear, and the payoff is so immense. But tooth regeneration isn't happening on just one front. Scientists around the world are attacking this problem from multiple angles. Some researchers are working on stem cell therapies. They're trying to regrow dentin, the material beneath the enamel that forms the bulk of the tooth. If you can regrow dentin, you're most of the way to a functional tooth. Other teams are developing new biomaterials, materials that help enamel rebuild itself, materials that encourage natural tooth formation. There's research into gene editing, CRISPR, and other tools to correct genetic conditions where teeth never form in the first place. There's research into scaffold systems, biological frameworks that guide new tooth growth. Every approach is moving in the same direction, toward teeth that your body grows, not teeth that machines build. This is the future of dentistry. It's not 3D printed teeth, though those have their place. It's not implants and bridges, though those will exist for a while longer. It's your own teeth, biological, natural, alive. The drug being tested in Japan is the first real proof that this future is possible. It's the first time we've successfully told the human body, you can regrow that, and the body listened. Now we're waiting to see if it was listening, if it will grow, if the future of dentistry is really as close as 2030. There's another angle to this story that's worth understanding. The biology of teeth is tied to something deeper. Your body can regrow so many things. Why not teeth? The answer involves a fascinating evolutionary quirk. Humans, unlike sharks, only get to sets of teeth in our lifetime, baby teeth and adult teeth. After that, we're done. Our bodies shut down the system. This was actually useful evolutionarily. Having a limited number of teeth replacements meant your body didn't waste resources on something that could break. But now, in a world with modern dentistry, that biological shutdown is just a limitation. It's the break that USAG1 enforces. And it's a break that, thanks to 20 years of research, we now know how to release. The Kyoto researchers didn't invent a new biological system. They unlocked an old one. They took a mechanism your body developed millions of years ago and said, what if we just turn off the switch that keeps it off? That's the elegance of this approach. It's not forcing the body to do something unnatural. It's removing the roadblock that prevents the body from doing what it naturally wants to do. If you've ever had a toothache, you know how much teeth matter. They're not just about appearance, though that matters too. They're about eating, about speaking clearly, about smiling without self-consciousness, about quality of life in ways that healthy people never think about. There are millions of people who've lost teeth to injury, decay, or disease. Many of them have embraced their implants and dentures. They've moved on, but many of them would choose to have their own tooth back if they could. If it were simple, if it were safe, if it worked. The drug being tested in Japan might give them that choice. And that's why this matters. This isn't just a dental innovation. It's a glimpse into a future where your body doesn't accept limitations, where we don't just manage loss, where we fix it. The trial results should start coming in over the next year or so. If they're positive, which the evidence suggests they will be, we'll see expanded trials in other countries, testing in different age groups, testing in people with different types of tooth loss, regulatory approval processes beginning, investment flooding in, competing drugs entering development, a race to perfect this approach. And if everything aligns, by 2030, you might be able to walk into a clinic with a missing tooth and walk out a few weeks later with a new one growing in. That new tooth will be yours, made by your body, indistinguishable from the original. And a problem that's plagued humans for millennia will finally be solved, not with a mechanical fix, but with a biological one, not by replacing what was lost, but by regrowing it. This is what modern medicine looks like when it works at its best, when science doesn't fight your body, when it just removes the obstacles that keep your body from healing itself. The tooth regeneration drug is just the beginning. Scientists are asking the same question about other parts of the body. Why can't we regrow damaged heart tissue? Our bodies have the blueprint. Why can't we regrow cartilage in damaged joints? The biological systems exist. Why can't we trigger nerve regrowth after spinal injuries? The mechanisms are there, and one by one, researchers are removing the brakes, finding the proteins that say stop, blocking them, and letting the body remember how to heal. It's a paradigm shift in medicine, from replacement to regeneration, from mechanical to biological, from accepting loss to recovering what was taken. And it all started with a question: why don't our teeth grow back? And an answer: maybe they will, if we let them. So here's the real question for you. If this works, if teeth can be regrown, what other parts of your body do you hope science learns to regenerate next? The hair you've lost? The muscle you've lost with age? Organs damaged by disease? The possibilities are endless, and the science is moving faster than most people realize. If you want to stay updated on breakthroughs like this, subscribe to the channel. We follow the science so you don't have to. What body part do you hope science learns to regenerate? Let me know in the comments, because the future of medicine isn't about replacement. It's about regrowth, and the future might be closer than you think.